I'm just recording this, um, so that way I can finally post something. I'm on the spotlight a little bit, so I'm getting a little nervous, and when I'm nervous, I smile uncontrollably, so no, I'm not happy. I'm just a little nervous, but I am still happy because I'm taking the first step. Excuse the camera quality. Um, I just have bad lighting. I have an iPhone 16 Pro Max that my mother financed, and that I've put in at least a good $500 into paying it off, because my family, my mother specifically, I love her still a lot, isn't quite the most financially intelligent person, to say the least. And I don't speak from such a moral ground because I'm 20 years old, and I haven't accomplished nearly as much as I feel like I could have. And that's been something that's kind of like hit me hard a lot. And I always kind of like cope by just ignoring it the best I can rather than actually taking action towards it, if that makes sense. Like, right now I'm thinking about how all the things that could have been done and I should have done. It gets a little overwhelming, so I want to hit the pennifer. I don't know if that's gonna take the video down. Oh, no, it's not like a YouTuber, whatever. The whole point of this video though is to kind of just document the beginning, the start of 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 me being a coach, online coach. Because I've already kind of been an in-person coach. I've trained a lot of my friends, and I know a lot of people say that. I'm gonna stop with that. I know. That's also another thing of just me kind of like doubting myself. Even if no one said that, like, oh yeah, that's cool. You trained some friends, and I'm just over here like, oh, I know people say that, and like, oh, but I'm different than that, bro. Like, or maybe I'm not even that. Stop. Enough of that. Um, Anyways, I've always had a passion for this, bro, since I've started. I started in August of 2019, and I just started in my room doing 5 push-ups. I couldn't do more than 5 push-ups, and I had to do girl push-ups. And fast forward a couple months, actually a year, I think 2020 lockdown, I moved from Florida to Texas for a little bit. I don't move, I kind of relocate. I'm staying with my family in Texas since there's no school in Florida, so there's no point in me staying in Florida. I know that was a great time. I was back with my cousins again, and I'd go to the gym with my one cousin specifically. And I remember this is like the real instance of me training someone, the first instance I can think of. My cousin's like, oh yeah, one of my friends is gonna come to the gym, and you should show her how to do some exercises and blah blah blah. So I show her some exercises, and she also brought another friend. So I'm walking them through some tricep exercises, and then the abduction machine. I remember that. That's crazy. I remember that, bro. And that joy is just like, oh, a new person in the gym. They want to get into it. Like, I want to show them how to get into it, and I enjoyed it so much. That's the first ever instance. It might have been the first actually, but that's the first ever instance I can think of me training someone, and I loved it. I loved it so much. It was amazing, and I didn't know it at the time, but that was my spark. That's the thing that I want to do, is train people, show them how to accomplish their fitness journey. Yeah, and I didn't really start going all in on like training people until like mid sophomore year. Or actually no, I mean freshman year. I met my brother, one of my brothers, a brother from another mother. Actually, I'm staying in his apartment right now. He offered I can stay in his apartment as long as I, keep up with the chores, of course, and get some groceries for him and stuff. So that's where I'm staying at right now. It's not that I got kicked out of my mom's house or anything. I could still stay with her. She was really hesitant on letting me leave. But yeah, 20 years old, no car to my name. I basically have nothing to my name, bro. I am nothing right now. I'm nothing. This phone that I just said, 16 Pro Max, is not mine. It's not even my mom's either. She financed it. And you know what she had before that? Or what she gave me before that? An iPhone 15 Pro Max that she also financed. This is all over the place. I'm just kind of getting my thoughts out there. No point in stopping now. Stop. Yeah, like, so yeah, freshman year I meet the brother from another mother that I'm staying at right now. And I started helping him with his fitness journey because we were both in ROTC, and he saw me doing my push-ups and everything. And you know, when we were in the room getting dressed up for PT, and they're like, "Oh, you got abs," and blah blah blah. And so I took him under my wing. Yeah, I took him under my wing. Oh my gosh, I'm such a sensei. And I'm like, yeah, man, calisthenics this, calisthenics that. Oh, I missed the gym too, you know, from COVID. I was in the gym during that time, blah, blah, blah. He's like, dude, I'm going to get into the gym. So he gets into the gym, and he brings another one of my friends that's also a brother from another mother now. Back then, you know, different. Anyways, you don't need all that context, unless you want to. And it was awesome, bro. It was awesome. I didn't know it at the time still, and I didn't really feel like I did that much of an impact. But like, the more I think about it, like, wow, I was really an inspiration to a lot of people, as much as I don't like to admit it, because I don't have the best self-esteem, the best confidence. I portray it. I used to portray it every now and then. People would be like, oh, you know, if you're, because I would bitch and moan about my height. I'm 5'4" 3/4", by the way. I would bitch and moan about my height a lot. And people were like, dude, if you're like even taller, you would, like, your ego would be insane. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, what ego? Like, I feel like I don't have much of an ego, because in my head, I know who I am, which is someone that's not very self-conscious. I mean, sorry, opposite. See, someone who's very self-conscious. And I guess I somehow portrayed myself as egotistical. Maybe, you know, because I worked out, people automatically assumed who I was and everything, and that's yeah. But it was cool. He was like, the one friend, I'll just say his name, Caden, very basic name, Caden, brother from another mother. Caden and Tyler, that's also my brother from another mother. They're going to the gym, and Caden's like, dude, you should go to the gym with me. Come to the gym with me. Like, you know, I want to go, and we need to go. But I was just, you know, again, with those limiting beliefs all the time, because in the great words of Cedric McMillan, I love that man. I need to look into him more. He's definitely a role model. He was like, I didn't have a father to give me that confidence and this and that, this and that. And so I didn't have that. I didn't have that father to, you know, really show me that. And my mother, while present, took care of me and everything, was very emotionally absent. Very emotionally absent. It was almost like I was like a pet to her. And that's not to really insult her, you know. I love her. I do. And I could have been a better son. She could have been better. Whatever. You know, but like I was saying, you know, at that time, I was juggling working at my mom's snack shop because she wanted to open up that business, and that was something that she was that she wanted to do. But in my mind, I really don't know the truth. I won't really know the truth too much until I have a good conversation with my mom, which is something that's difficult, very difficult to do. Anytime I have a conversation with my mom that lasts longer than 10 minutes, I more often than not end up teary-eyed. That's just how it is, bro. That's just how it is. Ever since I can remember, if I have a conversation longer than 10 minutes with my mom, I start crying. Or crying ensues for one reason or another, like 80% of the time, if I have a conversation longer than 10 minutes with her. I don't know if that gives you some context as to how my relationship is with her. My father, like I said though, or did I say, he's a deadbeat that hasn't done much for me at all. And the more I learn about him, the less I find out that he did. He gave me a Wii apparently, but my mom was the one that got it. But she said my dad gave it to me. He gave me a PS Vita. My mom was the one that actually gave it to me, not him. She just said it was your dad. A DS. Oh, actually, no, my mom said that was her. Like, I remember when she gave me the DS, she was telling me, oh, I got you this DS. Yeah, man. um, I really don't know where I'm going with this. I'm just kind of like spitballing, just like, again, just to mark the start, the beginning. But yeah, I was self-conscious working at my mom's snack shop and everything. I was just too scared to ask my mom, hey, Kaden wants me to go to the gym with him. Can you help me with that? I was just too scared. I was just too scared to ask a lot of the time. That's something I struggle with a lot, is having having my own voice. You know, if the food tastes bad and the waitress is like, let me know if the food's okay. And I'm just like, even though the food tastes horrible and I don't want to bother the waitress. That's how I am. And there wouldn't be nothing wrong if I just like, oh, now that you mentioned that this food's not great, I would like it to be redone, please. I just don't have that voice. It's not that I don't have it. I'm getting it. I'm learning that skill. Because I feel like that's a skill definitely for me. It's having that voice to speak up. Like if I get a burger and I ask for no onions and then there's onions on it, I'm just gonna be the guy to like either eat the burger with the onions or take the onions off, instead of saying like, hey, I asked for no onions and there's onions on here, and like, yeah, I could take it off, but the taste is still gonna be on there, and that's like the whole reason why I didn't want the onions. So if like, if this could get situated, please. I struggle with that voice because, like I said, I didn't have that person to like, that father, or really just that person to instill that confidence into me, and like, let me know that I'm doing good, I'm doing okay, and the things that those people say to me aren't true. They're just, they're struggling, and like stuff like that. Like if someone says like, oh, you think you're big and buff because you're working out and stuff, and I'm like, no, I'm just wearing a shirt, man. Let's move on to a different topic. Right now, like I said, I have nothing to my name, and I feel like, I know I haven't put in enough effort over the last 6 years. This year being my 7th year of like doing my fitness journey. I've more than gained the credibility, the accolades to train people, to be a coach and stuff. Because I've been going on it for close into 7 years now. So why would I not be sufficient in training people? But again, just that lack of confidence in my brain is like, nah, man. I mean, yeah, you've been going at this for the better half of a decade, but like, you still don't know this about that, and that is this about this, and so it's like always just like that. That's how I go a lot of the times. That's how my brain goes a lot of the times. And no matter how many signs I've given, how many compliments, none of them just hit. Someone could say, oh man, you're looking pretty big. And in my head, I'm gonna be like, this guy is just trying to fucking, pity compliment me. He knows I'm small, and he can tell I've been working out for a little bit. He just wants to give me a compliment so I feel better about myself. He doesn't actually think I'm big. That's what goes on in my mind anytime I receive a compliment. Oh man, you have like a nice smile. Actually, no, I'll take the smile compliment. But you know what I mean? That's usually what goes on in my mind when I get complimented. Like, oh, it's just out of pity. They don't believe that. It's just out of pity. I don't really know where else I'm supposed to be going with this. Not that there is like a script or a plan. I had to pick up the camera. I had to make a video. I had to post it. I just have to. I'm always in this and that. I don't want to say always, but I'm usually in this analysis paralysis state of like, you know, thinking about doing the thing in detail, great detail. Like if I did the thing, and I'm like, okay, I should do that, and then I don't do it. Like right now. One of my inspirations as of late, John Mark Stevenson, great guy. Based off the videos and shit I've seen of him, of course. I've watched like a good 7 hours of his content. And I was watching his other video, one of his newer videos last night. And I was like, dude, what am I doing? I'm giving all this free information from John Mark and so many other people, and I'm not really doing much with it. I have all this great footage and stuff of like me lifting and the beginning of my fitness journey, and I can just craft this beautiful timeline of like when I first started, where I'm at now. Like there's this time when I was in Texas, because I'm really more a Floridian now than anything, but when I would go visit Texas, I would stay at a trailer park, not a trailer park, sorry, excuse me, at a trailer though. It was at a random plot of land filled with basically like a junkyard. Living in that trailer area for a good amount of the time that I would stay in Texas, and I just had that itch, because I just have that itch, bro. If I don't work out for like a week, I need to. I find a way to work out. Since the beginning. Since I started my journey, I've been like that. I just have that drive. Like, hey man, it's been 5 fucking days. What the fuck am I doing? Let me get some push-ups going. Let me get some stuff going. Anyways, so I'm there, and this was post-COVID, so like 2021, and I'm like, I want to go to the gym. I want to lift at the gym, because I'm not staying with my cousin at this time. I know there's not much context. So in 2020, when I was staying with my cousins, going to the gym, I was not able to stay with them because my mom was like, no, you're not gonna stay with them. I don't want you to bother your uncle and stuff. I don't want to think about all that right now, but like, yeah, shit like that. It's annoying. So I'm staying at the trailer, and I'm like, dude, I want to go to the gym. And I'm just like, I want to go to the gym. Like my cousin, like, he's not gonna pick me up because I'm like living 20 minutes away from his house and stuff, just so he can take me to the gym and then drop me off and everything. But again, like I'm saying, I want to go to the gym, and so I fucking make do. I grabbed this PVC pipe. I had to make do. I grabbed this PVC pipe. I put cinder blocks on it, and I start doing some bench press. I start doing some deadlifts. I start doing some curls. And I recorded a couple of it. Thank the Lord I did. The Lord was just telling me to record it. Well, I was also recording it to show Caden, because I was like, dude, no excuses. No excuses, Caden, no excuses. Like, look at me. Look at where I'm at. And I'm still getting a workout in. And I have a good amount of videos of that. Like, I can't go to the gym. Let me do a calisthenics workout. Or I only have like 10-pound weights. Let me figure something out. And I can just grab, like I already kind of did with that story of like, no excuses, man. So I could do that. I'm kind of doing it. So that's why I'm picking up this camera to get it going. I don't know where I'm going with this. I've been going for closing on 20 minutes now. If you found yourself relating to this at all, and you want coach, you want someone to teach you, hit me up, bro. Because you would really be helping me out. Thank you for listening. If you made it this far, leave a comment of like something that you made it this far. It would really make my day. I'm gonna reply more than likely. Again, thank you for listening, and sorry for the fucking just ramble and inconsistency in the timeline. Like I said, I just had to get this video out there. I've been procrastinating this, as I do a lot of things. Anyways, thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time.